Here this morning?
Oh, I know. She sent me an email, said your back was troubling her, so she's not going to
Oh,
join us. So,
hi, Ann.
hi, Carol. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday morning, December 11th. Whoops, let me.
Yep, I hear B. I hear
Uh,
somebody.
no, that was you. I forgot them. I didn't have it. I didn't have my iPad completely turned off. So I think it's going to be a low showing today, but you never know. So,
They'll get here. Let them get their coffee and their tea.
yeah. Immediately, I went, well, I played WoW, as you know. We had fun because I
That's
screwed up,
awesome.
you know.
There's Becky.
Oh, hi, Becky. Good to see you. Sorry your back's hurting you. Hi, Andrea. Good morning to
Hi,
you.
Andrea.
Just waiting for a couple of people to come in so I can read my. I think I read the rest of the story last week. Oh no, that's the one I didn't like. I actually found one I didn't like, and it's really weird because he says some weird things to his kids, and it just doesn't sound like he would say those things to his kids. So I didn't read that one. Yeah, just slept wrong. Yeah, that happens. We read the one about the itsy bitsy spider and how everybody knows that song, and he's wondering like, why do we all know itsy bitsy spider? Um, I did think about that. Why do we know that song?
This is what I was doing since this morning.
Oh my gosh, you made all of that this morning?
I added 3
Oh, you're
feet.
adding to it, right? Yeah.
Added 3 feet to it. I still have to add 3 more feet to make it wide, and another maybe foot to 2 feet longer.
Wow.
But that's on
That,
a queen size bed.
oh wow. That is gorgeous. I'll repeat what my Andrea said. That is so pretty. And it really is wonderful. You have those big blocks of the dragonflies.
Yeah, I love that fabric.
Hi, Allison and Janet. Good morning. Good morning. Allison, I enjoyed seeing your ornament that you made out of popsicle sticks. That was so cute. Thank you for doing that. So
Hi, everybody.
how much more are you going to add? You're going to make a king size, so you're going to add another. Hi, Mitzi.
Yep, another 2 to 3 feet wider and another 2 to 3 feet longer.
Oh wow.
Hi, everybody that came in.
Yeah. So, but what you have that's on a queen size bed now, but it's not a queen size yet, or it is and it's going
That
to be a
is,
king size.
it's queen size that it just goes over the edge, maybe 6 inches from top to bottom and only 3 inches on each side. So I want it that it actually goes down over the sides of the bed.
Right. So it's
So
almost going to be like a bedspread comforter type of thing.
yes, a comforter. It's going to be a queen king. It should fit a king size bed when I'm done.
Okay. All righty. Very cool. You'll probably have that done by this afternoon.
The adding on pieces, yes. And then I have to get the batting for the inside and then a backing, which I will probably get a king size sheet for the back.
Okay. Okay. All righty. Good morning, Big Mama Sandy Moore from Kansas. I think you're new to my channel. If so, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sandy's been around. Yes,
Oh,
I
has she?
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
And
seen
there's
her
Mary
dance,
Lou.
but she may be new here.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Annie. Well,
Yeah,
very
I told you
wonderful.
everybody was getting their tea and their coffee. Look at everybody piling in.
I know. I was sitting here, Carol. I said, I think and then all of a sudden, there you be. There you be, which is always,
Hi,
hi,
Leah.
Leah Foy. Good morning to you. Good morning. Lovely. Oh, see, Aunt Bex was behind the scenes. Thank you, Aunt Bex. I am so bad at that. That's what Aunt Becky did that. Thank you,
I
Becky.
know she did that for me yesterday.
I know, and it makes a difference because people just don't know, and I
Because
just
you know what? If everybody would share it out, because we all have different followers, and that's how
yeah,
people find each other is by sharing out a stream or a link. So with the community tab, everybody has it now, and that's a
yes,
great place to share is on your community tab.
and I never use mine. I'm so bad, and you know why I don't use it? Because I'm never on my computer. I live on my iPad, and I don't understand why they will not open that community tab on on an iPad. It just makes no sense to me. I don't know understand. They've been dragging their feet, and I think they sometimes they say coming soon. What coming soon for 3 years? I don't know what their problem is, but it makes a big difference. I have the bell set on my phone. Okay, excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to do my little reading, and then if you have some wood, I'll tell you about my wood that I got and where I got it. So the title again, these chapters have titles where the other book didn't have any titles.
I'm gonna mute and get a coffee.
Okay. Yeah, note to self, don't get an iPad. Yeah, yeah. I love it except for that one feature, especially yeah. So the name of this is Puddles. Hmm. It's May in Central Park in New York City. An afternoon shower followed by seductive spring sunshine lures busy people off the sidewalks and onto park benches. At 80th Street and Fifth Avenue, there's a path into the park on which the rain has left an absolute course, obstacle course of puddles. A small child, kitted out in full rain gear, runs splashing through a puddle. Yay! His mother, likewise running, rain-proofed, runs after him, shouting, "No, no, no!" Catching his hand, she pulls him back onto dry land and barks sternly, "No puddles, Jacob! I told you, no puddles!" The child strains outward and away from her like a guy wire from a tent in a windstorm. He whines. The mother pulls him further away down the path. The child upshifts into a wail. The mother tries to pick him up. The child goes limp and screams. It's a standoff. A child in the checkout line at the supermarket deal, and this kid is a black belt screamer. Wah! The mother is embarrassed. People are staring. What did she do to him? A well dressed, middle aged man observes from a nearby bench. He's wearing polished black leather wingtip shoes. Between him and the mother and child hoo ha is a large puddle. The man stands. He walks deliberately into the puddle, wingtips and all, grins and shouts, "Hey, hey, hey!" Mother and child look up. The kid goes silent and stands still. This scene is too good to be true. How can I stay out of this? I get up off my bench and walk into the puddle to stand beside the grinning man. I am wearing serious leather sandals and socks. I grin at the man and the mom and the child. A fashionably dressed young woman takes off her shoes and joins us, as does her dog. The kid laughs, lets go of his mom's hand, and marches into the puddle. All eyes are on the mom. Now at center stage, the mom wears an expression of pained pleasure. She's caught again in a parenthood paradox. On the one hand, the child must learn to mind, but then what harm can a puddle do if the kid is wearing rain boots? She doesn't want him to get sick, but of course, everybody knows you catch colds from germs on other people's hands, not from puddles. It's hard to back down when you've said no, but it's not wrong to change your mind. She doesn't want her child to follow the example of strangers, but all these three people have done is to stand in a puddle and grin at her. How can so much be at stake over such a small event? What's a good mother to do? Being a parent always involves some hypocrisy. If she were a kid, she'd be in the puddle now. She'd walked in puddles when she was a child and came to no harm. Her mom probably shouted no puddles at her, too. Does parenthood always mean being driven by the autopilot of the past? All this races through the mom's mind in nanoseconds. The waiters and the watchers are waiting. She can't stand there forever. The mom smiles, laughs, walks into the puddle. Her audience applauds. The waiters shake her hand, shake each other's hand, and go their ways. The child has a pleased but stupefied look on his face. Adults are weird. He will not understand how weird until he is one. So you may ask, did this really happen? Well, yes and no. The day in the park and the puddles were real. The small cast assembled in the little area was there, and the inclinations we all had were right and true. But in fact, the mother pulled the kid off down the path, still barking no puddles at him, and leaving the rest of us grumpily minding our own business. Still, it might have happened. It should have happened. Puddles are there as a test about staying young as long as you can. All the adults there that day failed the test. How I hated walking away thinking, as I have so many times in my life, that next time, or when I have time, or when circumstances are just right, I will do what my heart says to do. Sometimes acting foolish and being wise are the same. Later that afternoon, I went back to what I knew should have done. I went back to do what I knew I should have done. Too late, too late. Mother and child and nice people in puddle, and an opportunity had gone. So, jumping puddles. That was a good one. I like that. Jumping puddles. Nothing wrong with a good old puddle jump. We used to splash and play in the rain and go out and had a great time. Just loved puddles. Good morning to everybody that's coming in. Dixie Doodles, good morning. Good morning to you. Teresa, good morning. Okay, listening while you're getting ready for church. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. See, Allison says she only uses an iPad. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Yep. It would be cool if the mother had not continued to drag the kid. See, that makes no sense to me. And I don't know. He's kind of implying that some of that may not be actually the facts. But if the kid had rain boots on, I mean, so what? You know. It could also mean to pay close attention for those missed opportunities all the time, so not to miss so many. I think that's a really good point. We miss those things because we're not paying attention, or we're too, caught up in things that we feel are more important. Sometimes they're not important. They're not as important as the little joys and pleasures in life. That's so true. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah. Good morning, Chris. Hola. So I went out yesterday, and I'm sure most of you have been out and about. And it's a zoo out there. It's a jungle out there. This is the first time I've been out, I guess, that you would consider like the holiday season. And of course, Saturday would be the worst day to go out. And I ventured out to get some Jenga blocks, the Dollar Tree variety, because this is all I only had. This is all I had in my possession, and I wanted to do some ornaments using these little blocks because these are awesome. And so I went to the dollar store. Now, the dollar store is in a strip mall that has a Petco, and there's a Hobby Lobby there, and then across from that is a Walmart, and it was bumper to bumper cars, bumper to bumper traffic. And as soon as I got out on Wickham Road, which is the road that takes you up to where that area is, I thought to myself, boy, you made a big mistake, but there's no turning around. So I figured, and then I said to myself, self, What else do you have to do? And I said to myself, really nothing. So I just calmed down, was not going to get all crazy and pissed off because there were all of this traffic. So yeah, I don't know. I was should have gone earlier this week, but I didn't. And I went online to see whether I could determine whether this particular dollar store had these things in stock. And of course, I couldn't determine that. I could order them and have them delivered, but that obviously wasn't going to happen by today because this was yesterday afternoon. So I get over to the Dollar Tree and it's packed. You know, that whole parking lot is packed. And I have handicap parking, but you know, every other person in Florida has handicap parking. So that really means nothing in terms of getting a parking space. So I parked the car and walked across the parking lot. And I get into the Dollar Tree and it's a mess. And I don't know about your Dollar Trees. Sometimes they have a tendency to be a mess, and even on a regular basis. So I go immediately, excuse me, to the aisle where the toys and puzzles are, and I'm frantically looking for these blocks. And I look down, and on top of a case of jigsaw puzzles, there's this one box, one lonely box of they call it the tumbling tower game. And I frantically look for more. And I looked for more, and there was only one. And it was not obviously in its place. It was out of place. Again, someone had picked it up and decided they didn't want it and put it down somewhere else. And a young man came down who worked there, and I stupidly asked him, uh, do you know whether you have any more of these? And he had no idea. And he looked, and I thought, well, maybe another pair of eyes would help. He looked in the same areas that I had, and he said, no, I guess that's the only one. So I felt very fortunate that I got the only one. And that's what he said. Well, at least you got one. And I said, yeah, at least I did. And I didn't see the dominoes though there. So maybe they had the dominoes and those things in another area. But the original box of these things, there was only 36 in the box. The new box has 72. So this is a really good deal. And this is nice wood. I mean, it's real wood, and you can do all sorts of things with it. So, with that said, I thought we would make. I have a couple of more ornaments that I have on my tree that I made out of Jenga blocks. And if you have Jenga blocks, that's great. If you have any wood at all, that's great. If you don't, cardboard, anything you can glue together will work. Um, I have the dominoes. I know Auntie Lou has the dominoes that everyone was buying from these. There was a buying frenzy of these all over the country. People were going to Dollar Trees and cleaning them out of these. These are technically wood, and there's things you can do with these too. And I have maybe I'll show you. Last week I made a box, just a simple box out of those, and this is just alcohol marker, and then glue a Christmas picture over this, and then you have like a 3D kind of like frame that you can hang on the tree. I did that after we streamed last week. But the other thing I'd like to make is I made this very funky. I mean, this is very crude. I really crude. Um, this is made out of clothespins. I made a little skier, and he's kind of almost like folk art. He's pretty crude, but I kind of like him, and so I can show you how I made that. And let's see what Becky said. I'm fortunate my Dollar Tree is very close, and the only other thing in there that is it's a trampoline indoor park. That's interesting. Yes, it could also be a shadow box. Yeah, absolutely. I was actually even experimenting with making like a little tiny book. These cut really easy. With a pair of scissors, you can just cut this in half with no problem at all. Um, and I was going to put a little hinge and just make a little tiny miniature little books to hang on the tree. The other thing that you may have, I bought a bunch of them and they turned out to not be the right size, so I can't use them for what I thought they would be used for, are wooden spools. Um, these are 1 inch, I guess, and it's too small for what I wanted to do. But people have made some really cute things with these as Christmas ornaments. They've wrapped, Christmas paper, like plaid around them and different colors, and then put them together and put beads on the bottom and then hung them on the tree. So there's a lot of possibilities with these. You could probably wire them together and stain them, but you can use those. And of course, you can have the real deal. This is like a real deal one. And I saw a really cute one when someone had 3 different sizes, and then they made like a little Christmas tree. What happened? Is everybody still here? I lost my. Wow, that's weird. I lost my comments on the. Hi, Nettie.
Honey.
Huh. I lost the comments on the Ustream side of it, but I've got my YouTube open, so that's okay.
Oh, I only watch the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I know. But that's interesting. I was watching in 2 places. All it has is you don't have any brands. Create a brand. I don't want to create a brand. I don't know. Oh well, I can still see you. Hi, Nettie. I got your card yesterday. I haven't opened it, but I have it. So those are another possibilities. Anything would. And then this is another quickie, and I thought I'd start out with this one because it's quick. Using the dominoes. Oops, that's my coffee. I'm not going to use that. Just hope I don't put my. So here are these dominoes, and they are wood. So I'm going to do this. And this is the famous pickup truck. Actually, that's not the pickup truck, is it? No, it's a Woody. I didn't realize that. That's the Woody station wagon. Came off a napkin. I'm going to decoupage that napkin on this. All right. With a little Mod Podge. And then I'm going to cover the back with some ho 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 paper, and that will make a really cute quick ornament. National Lampoon, oh my gosh, that was the funniest scene when he bought that station wagon. Oh my Lord. We actually had a Woody station wagon when I was little, when I was a wee tot. I've only seen pictures of it. Of course, I don't remember it. Hi, Miss Lena. So nice to see you. You have to go over and subscribe to Miss Lena, and you've got to see what beautiful charity work she's doing. She's building a home for the Timmy homeless. A very upscale home. Oh, don't fail me now. Come on, this has been heating up. No. Oh, no, Pete. Oops.
Alina.
Well, what is that? What is that supposed to do? Oh, boy. This has never happened to me. That doesn't mean it can't happen, right? Correct? There's too much sticking out to have to put another one in, right? Oh, there it goes, of course. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Right. Well, we talked about this last week about getting one that has, someone said there's a whole bunch of them that have fine tips on them. That's hot. Oh, you can't see me. I got to remember that my camera's in a different situation and it's I gotta move myself up. Okay, so I'm gonna glue a couple of these together. And Carol, you are creating something I see.
Yeah.
How pretty is that?
I don't have what you have, so
Yes, I know.
I am going to use for the first ornament toothpicks.
Oh, I was gonna do toothpick stuff too. Great.
So I decided to do toothpicks, and I'm also going to do something with this.
Oh, how cool. Oh, I have one of those. Ooh, even if you just hung that. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, very cool.
So that's what I picked today.
Excellent. So you can do anything. Let's see. FYI. Okay. Tanya's going to try to do live at 1. Nettie says she's feeling better. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I have toothpicks too. Thank you. I left them in the kitchen. I had a thought about taking like a skinny popsicle stick and then put the toothpicks like out like a Christmas tree, just very simple, thin. I always forget about toothpicks. If you go online, they make these really, in my personal opinion, they make these very, very gaudy, uh, glitterly sparkling, massive toothpick kind of spiny star things, which they just
I'm doing something my mom did for us when we were younger and we didn't have a lot of ornaments for our tree. So I'm creating something my mom created when we were little.
it's so pretty. What's underneath it?
That's a watercolor painting I did.
Oh, cool.
That's the background that I'm going to glue my toothpicks to.
Okay. Now, is that a watercolor painting that you had around, or is it
Yep,
one?
yep.
Okay.
It was just random picked because
Okay.
I need something to glue the toothpicks to. You could use watercolor paper, you could use cardstock, you could use cardboard,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. Because the picture looks very. It looks like there's some pine trees in it, or is that just the that's
Yep, it's a forest, just
okay? Because I can. All right. All right.
a random forest, and that's I figured it would be a nice background for what I'm going to put in it.
Yeah. That's why I thought maybe it was done specifically
So
for this.
you
Geez.
want it? No, no, it's just something I just dug out of the box, and because I was looking for something to put in the back, and I thought, oh, that's perfect.
Yes, it
So that's
is.
what I'm going to use. So I'm going to start by gluing some stuff down, and I don't know how well this stuff dries, but I'm going to try it. I do
Find
have
out.
my wood glue out because it is pretty good, but I decided to try
Yeah,
and use
you use that wood glue a lot, and you're very happy. It does a good job.
it dries quick.
Yeah.
It's
Well.
nice. It dries quick.
Yeah.
So I don't know how fast this is going to dry, but that's what I'm going to do. I am
Okay.
going to create something that my mom did when we were little.
That's great. It's something my mom would not have done when I was little. She did make an ornament once, but it was like a craft night out. My mother was not crafty, and it was a craft night out with her friends. And all I remember is she came home with this a Christmas like a Christmas ball to put on the tree. And it was must have been made out of one of those styrofoam balls, and it all they just stuck all sorts of things in it, and it was pretty funny. It had dangly things off the bottom, and man, that lasted forever. It was around until I got rid of all my Christmas ornaments. That was still in that box of Christmas ornaments. But that's the only thing my mom
You,
ever
you
made.
could have started off with drawing, a shape that you wanted, and then just put your sticks down, but I didn't.
Uh huh.
And you have when you do your popsicle sticks or your toothpicks, you have to remember to do the over under thing so everything lays kind of flat, but not.
Yeah.
Well, so it doesn't roll off, or because I want this one to be this way. This is the hard.
There's the, now, you know what I should have done, but I didn't. I should have stained the wood, but maybe I can maybe put some gesso in it once it dries to kind of blend that into the wood, make it look like a snowy background. I should have maybe stained that with my shoe polish, but I didn't. Alas, I did not. So that happens. All right. So I'm going to hit this with the heat gun briefly. Oh, if I hit it with the heat gun, will the glue melt? I don't know.
No, it probably just dry. Oh, you used hot glue?
Yeah.
Just don't keep it in one spot.
Okay. All right. All righty. Or I can just put this aside and come back to it, which is probably a better thing to do. I'm impatient. Is anybody else impatient? Not me. I want to put the ho 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 on the back. That's hot, 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 hot. Okay. That's good. Ow, ow, ow. All right. All right. Here we go. Now, every time I have been ordering stuff from Amazon like crazy, but I just never seem to get the order all together. So I ordered something last week, right? One day. And then I realized when I opened this up, I realized, oh dear, I really need more matte medium. But I feel bad ordering because the guy's at the house every day.
Hey, they're getting paid.
And that's true. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is a first, and maybe you've seen it, but I had a delivery from UPS. It was a Christmas present from my sister, so and I wasn't expecting it, right? And I happened to go outside because that's when the water main burst, and I went outside to see how they were doing. You know, I love it when guys when they're working on these type of projects. I don't know when you ever notice that there's 10 guys and there's like two people working and the rest of them are standing around watching the two guys work. I don't know. I think that's universal. So I was watching that, and then I saw the UPS guy, right? Because he had his little UPS brown uniform on, but he was in a car.
Oh, wow.
He was in like a regular car, like delivering packages, and the back seat of his car was piled high with packages, which I thought was really weird. But he did have the official, uniform on. And then I looked
They
up,
must have ran out of trucks.
I guess, but then I looked up at the end of the street and I happened to see a regular big brown UPS truck go by. Yes. And yes, 2 men working while 8 supervisors. Yes, you know exactly. We've all seen that. All of us have seen that scenario. Yeah, we had a water main burst. That was what, yesterday morning? I guess that's when you were on, right? Yeah, or Friday morning.
Friday, I think. Or was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I went to turn the faucet on. I had just put water in the tea kettle, and then I was getting some more water to do something else, and then there was no water at all. Not even a drop, a trickle, not a nothing, no agua nowhere. And they immediately called maintenance and they said, "Oh, there's a water main burst at the end of your block." And I said, "Oh, great." But somehow it's reassuring when you know it's not just you.
Yeah,
You don't want to be the
I
only
know
one.
that feeling.
Yeah, I bet. Right.
Is it just me, or is the whole area out of power?
I want the whole area to be out because I don't want to be the only one because then that seems to be a much bigger problem.
Good morning, Barb.
Hi, Barb. All right. So this will make kind of a cute backing for this. Ho, ho, ho. And I'll glue that on. And then we'll have one ornament made.
Oh, you're fast. This
Well,
isn't gonna be fast.
this couldn't be any simpler. But I guess the point is you can take anything, simple stuff, and make different, unique ornaments.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to get to the second one, but I might not because,
It is
the
what it
reason
is.
I picked two was because this one will have to dry.
Yes, yeah. And that's what, yeah, smart people who plan. Yeah, watercolors. A lot of times they have two watercolors going, so one is drying while they work on the other one, and then they go back. And I never think to do that. But here, I'll do this. I think I'll use some glue stick. Glue stick. But it's amazing
Good girl, sit.
the thing. Whoops, no, that's an empty one. The simple things that you can just pull out, and my whole tree is filled with these types of ornaments. I don't have. There's not a single bought ornament on my tree. It just turned out to be that way. Because when I moved, I really thought I would. Again, I said this I think last week. I thought I would never have a Christmas tree again, and as my father used to say, "Never say never." So now I have a Christmas tree.
So people who save their Christmas cards
Yes.
can use your Christmas cards in this type of thing.
Yeah.
So it is an alternative. You can fussy cut your pictures and
Yeah.
put them in there for your Christmas cards.
Yep. Yep. I have a one I was going to use today that I saved. It's perfect. Um, it's got a single. This I love too. I love this. The Coca-Cola polar bears,
Oh yeah.
and that's a circle. And I got this on an airline flight flying out to Utah one Christmas, and I very carefully saved it. For, I don't have very many Christmas napkins, but that's one of my. Yeah, but I have some cards like like you said, Carol, that you can recycle into ornaments. Actually, I have some cards that are they were so pretty. I just made them in, just hung them on the tree.
You can crochet around them too. Your
Ooh, yeah.
Christmas ornaments or for your Christmas cards. Punch holes in it and crochet around the edge.
Oh, yeah. For all you hookers out there. One of these days, I really am gonna. I every once in a while, honest, I go back and try. I don't know what it is that I just can't get the hang of it. And you guys can crochet in your sleep. And there's so many good tutorials and I know what I'll do. I'll do a little, thingy doing. The thing that we do. What do you call this when we do this?
Edge, ink the edge.
Yeah, The thing we do. Give it a little.
I like to go at least 5 high, and that way, when you're putting your scenery in this, you can make different depths of scenery. Like you can make it a 3D layered pictures all over, which is what I was planning on doing.
Oh, cool.
So it's fussy cutting. Fussy cutting.
Do a little red on this one. Hmm. Can't get rid of that. Come here. Come here, you. Okay.
And I did go back to my wood glue.
Oh, you
For,
did? Yeah.
yeah, just using a toothpick to put it on. Because it tacks up really quick. You can paint your toothpicks before or after
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make
if you want.
if you're so inclined.
I may take my gold paint and just dry brush it so it has
Ooh,
a little bit of glitter, but not a lot of
yeah,
over.
that would look good though, because that's a nice look. When you get that dry brush look.
This was a last minute decision this morning.
Yeah, this is what I'm making right now. This was like 7:30 this morning decision.
I'll tell you what, cheap toothpicks, they aren't made very good.
Oh,
I'm surprised you don't get splinters when you use them.
yeah.
So they're good for crafts, the cheapy ones.
You may not want to put them in your mouth though. You don't want. You don't want. You may get splinters. Is that what you're saying?
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I want to have four
Let me
on
make
the.
you big. I want to see it. I want to seize it. Oh, that's great. I love it. Very cool.
I can't move it because everything is not dry. But it has 4 to 5 toothpicks. I'll just tilt it gently. See?
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
Logs, building a log cabin with toothpicks.
Yes. And I'm going to build a log cabin out of Jenga blocks. Huh. Hi, Letitia. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Oh, crafting with Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Good morning to you also, and anybody else I've missed. We've been
Hi,
engrossed
everybody
in.
that's just come in.
Yep.
I won't go through all the names. I haven't been looking up because the glue, I don't want the glue to sit up on the paper before I get a chance
You
to
don't
use.
want it to get away from you. Yeah, you got to pay attention.
I picked a detailed thing. What can I say?
I'm just going to rim this with the alcohol marker just to finish it off. And cover the paint it a little bit. These work really well for painting this kind of thin wood.
Thanks, everybody. Yes, Barb, I am going to add something inside. So those of you that like your religious ornaments or anything like that, you can cut out your little nativity scenes,
Oh,
fussy
yeah.
cut, and put them in. Put trees. First, you're going to build from the back to the front. So what you want in the front, you need to, have your layers set aside. So the first thing you do is you have your back, which is mountains for me, and kind of like trees. And then you can take and cut actual out of book pages or books. You can make trees for your first layer to have the trees stand up. And then you can put your main on the next toothpick up. You can glue your next scene, and then you take and you put your front scene, which will probably be little small flowers or something very delicate in the front. So yes, like I said, you can use a scene from a Christmas card for the background. If they have detailed pictures, you can cut them apart and fussy cut and put them inside to build your scene up. So just pick whatever you want for the background because you don't want to really focus on the background. You want something simple for your background because you want your fussy cuts to show more than the background. If that makes sense to everybody.
Yep.
So you can take and put, if you have a simple background for your um, your Christmas card, like if you have snowflakes or something that's not going to overpower your details that you're going to fussy cut. So you want something that has more of a blurred background or a sky or something like that that's not going to take away from the stuff that you're going to fussy cut. I was going to put this behind, and then I thought that was too busy. It's too much. You can also take and use felt for your background. If you have a piece of felt, you can put that on the background if you don't have your cardboard. So, like I said, this was my mom used to make all kinds and tons and tons and tons of toothpick ornaments, and our tree had a lot of homemade things as well. So
That's
I've been looking and I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on next to do my background because I want something in the background, but I don't want it to overpower what I'm going to put in front of it. So I want something more of in the distance. So when you're doing this, you have to think, what is your main subject? What are you going to put in the front? So don't go putting a whole bunch of stuff in there because you're not going to see it if you cover up your main stuff. And I'm trying to find tree branches. There's mushrooms, fussy cut mushrooms. So I'm going to take little things that I can put either in the front or the back, and you're going to fussy cut really tiny, really tiny. And when you do the fussy cutting, you want to make sure that you're gluing from one side of the toothpick to the other so it has something to hold on to.
well, that's nice. You've been making ornaments. I'm going to be staining my Jenga blocks with my favorite stain.
What can't you see very well, Janet?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should make us both equal again. I don't know.
This is what it looks like. This is what you're going to do. You're going to build a log cabin going around. So hopefully you can see it. But yeah, you can make us both the same
Yeah,
again. You're
that's,
welcome, Janet.
that looks so cool.
And once it's totally dry, then I will cut it off of the cardboard.
No, yeah, yeah, that would make sense. You wouldn't want to be
And
messing it.
it would be a disaster
Right. Yeah,
otherwise.
that would not be.
Yeah, you don't want to. mess up all that hard work of trying to get these straight. So, so once you get that part done, I mean, you're still going to use your precision glue or your toothpick for gluing is about the best thing. And you probably will need tweezers of some kind to help you.
Yeah, especially when you add the little tiny elements.
So I'm going to take and cut out this little flower because I want this in the background.
That's so cool. And I'm going to be doing something similar to that, but kind of cheating because I'm using blocks instead of toothpicks. And this liquid brown shoe polish, I have to tell you, smells really, really, really nice. You wouldn't expect it to smell nice. Okay, so the dark background is paint. That's a
That's
watercolor
my
paint.
water. Yeah, that's a watercolor paint. Watercolor or ink tints, maybe, but I think it's more watercolor. So yeah, you have your background, and then you're going to take from the background, and you're going to glue on the first rungs of your
Toothpicks.
yeah.
That something like that would be perfect to use with recycled Christmas cards, especially Christmas
Yeah,
cards that
because it would be it's sturdier. It would be
and single
sturdy.
scenes.
Yeah.
Like here's a Christmas card that I was going to recycle. Ah, it's got the church, and you can cut that out. That's perfect.
So I have these little mice that I'm going to be cutting out, and that's going to be in my scene. So, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Well, these little mice were stirring.
Look at these owls that came in a Christmas card. I want to harvest those. Those are,
Janet, you can pick any kind of background, but you don't want it to be overpowering bright or dark. Like this one is dark because it's fine because what I'm putting on is going to be standing out in front of it. You're not going to see it too much, but it's going to look more like a sky in the background. So I'm going to be taking, some of these little mice, and they're partying. See, they're partying, mice. This is out of a Mother Goose book, and I'm just cutting out different elements to fit in my ornament.
you can always find some mice in Mother Goose. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Like either the star of the story or supporting cast.
yeah. So we've got little frogs and mice.
A little woodland scene.
Yeah, nature.
All right. I gotta get some of the shoe polish off me.
So this is a bit of a heavier paper. It's not super thin, and you have to watch that when you're doing it. Otherwise, it won't stand up so well. And I'm not doing too much of a detailed cut, but just enough.
Then he said, "It's wonderful." It
Yeah,
is.
you could probably do that each row if you have everything already picked out. You could, but then your toothpicks aren't going to be dry enough to stay put. So you have
Oh,
to wait
yeah.
You'd have to wait for each row to dry.
That's true. Patience. You probably wouldn't want to take a heat gun to it.
Yeah, it might, you could if you're a distance away, but
Yeah, it might. Yeah. Okay, got most of it off. All right. So I'm gluing these together and making a little house type of thing with the Jenga blocks. But and then I have a Tim Holtz. This is a die cut that I have of trees.
Sandy, I know. I fussy cut slow too. I fussy cut slow too. And I think I'm going to take this mouse because he already has a drink, but he's a little bit bigger. So I could put him, but maybe I'll move her up a little.
Yeah, I love this die cut, Mitzi. It's one of my favorite. I use it in cards. It's just a gorgeous die cut. It's a bear to punch out all the little pieces, but I usually make a bunch of them. I was going to try to cut it out in a tin can, in a soda pop can, but I didn't. Come on.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fussy cutter.
I enjoy fussy cutting. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it. I do find it. I find it relaxing. I don't know. I'm not fast though. You see some of these people, and they, I know you're supposed to not move the scissors. You're supposed to move the paper, and they're just like, zip, 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 zip. That's just like. Dee Dee Willingham is probably the fastest fussy cutter I've ever seen. She's probably the fastest scissors in the land.
Oh, Dixie can zoom now. She can actually see what we're doing.
Oh, cool.
I think I'm going to cut that long tail off and just have it sit out there.
Is this going to work?
All right, I need to do some gluing before
Okay.
my glue dries. Put some on the back, on the side of the stem, on the bottom.
Oops. I got to go to the spider webs.
And put it in the background.
Oops. I need something to go right here. That's going to drive me nuts. Fissy cutting is easy. Something gets in the way. Just cut it off. There you go. You just say, well, you didn't need that arm anyway.
Yeah.
Cut her off. So I'm going to maybe make this a little thingy here. And I'll put this upside down and maybe trace that to get an idea. Ah, dear. I can show you how easy it is to cut these dominoes. They used to have actual dominoes that were plastic, and they looked like, not kind of like the real one, not the, I mean, the ivory one. the ivory ones, but there were tiny ones. I have some of those too. I just haven't figured out what to do with them. I've been watching some people online that have been uh, decorating, embellishing cross jigsaw puzzles, but pieces, but the real gigantic pieces, not the
Oh,
little
wow.
pieces. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool concept.
Kid puzzles?
Yeah, just the big pieces and just totally embellishing. They look really cool. So look, I made a little cap for my log cabin just by cutting this with my scissors. So those little wooden ones are pretty handy because you can pretty much cut them. And I will stain this again and get this. Okay, is that where I knew I saw it? I didn't know. I wasn't sure, Ampex, whether she planned to put all of them together once she was done embellishing them, because I wasn't sure whether she was embellishing around the sides and whether they'd be able to be put back together again. But that would be really cool. So she don't like doing mini collages of embellishments and then put it all back together again. That would be pretty awesome looking. How many of you are doing a December daily journal or a Christmas journal, or anybody doing the Louisa and Barbara's December emephora?
December. December, yeah. That thing.
DE ephemera. And they say that so easy, it just goes rolling off their
Defember.
decaremba. What?
Defember.
Ephemera. Oh, you're working on it right now? Now, did you take advantage of all their beautiful the downloads, Mitzi? Because I did, and I'm not. I started working on it, and I downloaded pages and pages of stuff, but I have not really. And then I thought I would do a December journal, and I didn't get very far with that. I'm having trouble getting stuff done, and then I get upset, and I've got to stop just not getting upset. Not stop doing it. Oh, you did? Okay. I thought the downloads were pretty awesome. Look at that. Isn't that coming along? Let me make you big again so they can see your woodland. Go like so, wait, and then I'm going to, no. Oh, you are big. Okay, that worked. There you go. Oh, I love it. Look at all the annuals. Look how you filled all the depth, the 3D. Well, that's going to be so cute. Oh, I love it. And this is just basic stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy.
So the big mouse behind has already got his drink, and then the little mouse in the front is serving the drinks.
Okay. That's so cute. I love it. It is adorable. Excellent. Now, when I do this,
Slide you over. Oh, there you go. We're both big again.
is that good?
Yep. If you want to use the other one, the landscape one, to bring it in closer, you can, because I'm not moving, and I know you're working in a tiny spot too. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to use the landscape one, then they would be able to see. Yeah, you could use your stickers,
Yeah.
apply them to cardstock, and cut them out.
Yeah. I got stickers and I never know what to do with them.
But yeah, if you wanted to use the up and down ones, you could, because we're working in a tiny area as it is.
Okay, let me try that. This, and that's the
The up and down, the portrait. Here you go. Because we're both working in one tiny, tiny little area.
Okay.
And that way we're both right up there. People should be able to see now.
Is that better, folks? Oh, Beck said that's great. Okay.
Because we're
All right.
working in a tiny area. It's hard when you have multiple people to do that.
Yeah.
Then you have a very tiny little spot.
Can you imagine doing this with 10 people? Well, you couldn't.
I'm going to cut the moon out and have the moon shining above the sticking out here above over the.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That's a great idea. So I have my basic little house. Now, I could put little Christmas trees in here. And don't ask me why, but I ended up with 3 or 4 bags of these, and I have no idea what possessed me to buy 3 or 4 bags of these little Christmas trees. And I could have this in the background. Let's see, I want that kind of in the background. It's hard for you to see, like something like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Except mine is full and yours is more open. I
Yeah,
think it looks really nice to have the silhouette in the background.
yeah. So I think I'll do that. Do I want? I
This
think
is
I
why
want.
you should use toothpick or tweezers when you have your thing all dry.
Yeah,
Stay put.
yeah. Oh, but that's kind of neat though, because you can put that. I know. I didn't even think of it. You can put that in between the toothpick, so it's not even. So it's not touching the back. It's just like suspended.
Everything is 3D. It's all up.
Yeah, it's all
Except,
up.
except for this little mouse guy. He kind of like bent backwards, but yeah, if you give him a little bend forward and bend
You know,
her,
it kind of
once
reminds
it's
me of it.
dry,
It reminds me of when people carve books and they carve out the books and they leave, some pictures in and carve out other pictures so the whole thing becomes 3D.
I should have. Let me see if I can. Oh, good. I can still move it. It was in his face too much. So now we've got the moon out. We've got the dark sky behind. We have the little girl serving the drinks. We've got the big mouse in the back. He's already got his drink. And then the flowers are basically on the bottom toothpick, so they're really behind. They're really behind. So now you can take and put little things on the front,
Yeah.
like those mushrooms.
Mm. Are they party mushrooms? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's put a little bit of glue here. A wee bit here. Just gonna stick that there.
Yeah, you could do that. He's just tilted down. When I glued him, I didn't have him up far enough. But all you have to do is just bend him up. You could do stuff like that, but there you go. He's up now because I bent him more forward. You have to, if you take the time and position them, and I'm, like I said, I'm using just paper. If you had more of a cardstock or your Christmas card, it's going to stand up just fine. So now I just put the little mushrooms in the front for some little decoration. What else can I put? Some little flowers.
Okay.
I said, if you're a really good fussy cutter, you'll take the time and do your little branches and your little leaves a little bit better than I'm doing. But you get the idea.
Right. And you can do it. Yeah. Yeah. Becky's saying you've had a little foam. You could have added that to the mouse, so that would give it in the back. I guess that's what she means.
Yeah, if you're not using a really sturdy paper, you can use the foam. But if you have, like I said, if you're using your uh, Christmas cards, they're already stiff. They're going to stay where you put them. But I'm just using paper because I don't have Christmas cards. I don't have cards. So. Or if you're printing something out on cardstock, that would stand up really well too. If you're going to use your packages you've downloaded, different things like that. But you do have that option. This one I'm taking a little bit more time, and oh, I should have not cut that one off. Oh, silly me. Oh well, I can put him on the front, in front of.
I've got the little eyes in hook and eye.
So this is on the front. I do have one more toothpick I could put in there. I could put it on the front, or I could put it down and underneath one more. And I think I'm going to go down one more because then I can take and use the gold paint on the top toothpicks.
Oh, okay. Now, would you, if you weren't using gold, you could maybe put little globs of white for like snow on the roof, or
Oh yeah, if you have texture stuff, texture paste or anything like that.
so the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So have some fun. Yeah, I want to try that, Carol. I have some, again, Christmas cards I think would work. I used to do with my old Christmas cards that I would come up and use them as, tags, gift tags for gifts, Take the serrated scissors and make gift tags to put on packages. Nothing fancy, but I would use them all.
Oh, it dried already. Darn it, anywho. Come on, glue. Work with me.
So I'm going to put a little eye in the top of this, like so. And hang her on the tree. Very crude and not rude, but crude. I had a hook lying around. Oh, here it is. So it would go on the tree like so. Ta-da! My little woodland with the black silhouette. So, two little Christmas cards here. Now, how about a, I don't think I want to make another. And I've made simpler ones of this. I've taken the same thing and I've just made a box because I love that silhouette. I just love it. And just made a simple box with that in it and just like so and hung that on the tree because I just like those little silhouettes. That looks so cool. Oh, the flowers came out really cool too.
Yeah, I took a little bit more time and kind of fussy cut it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, that looks really
Nothing spectacular, but you know.
no, it looks great.
Now I need something to come up over here and stick out just behind the little mouse girl.
Okay.
Just behind her.
The other thing, if you happen to,
Sorry.
oh, it's okay. If you happen to have like, a Christmas, one of those Christmas packs, and they have those little tiny squares you don't know what to do with, you can again make a frame out of popsicle sticks or Jenga blocks and just glue that on and make a little ornament. If you have grandkids that are into Minecraft, like you can make little Minecraft, you can make Steve, you can paint Steve on this. I made one of those for Owen for not for Christmas, but I made Minecraft characters for my grandsons to hang on their Christmas tree. Oh, you really full house. Now, what are you adding there, Carol? What's that little critter?
What I'm
Flower.
adding?
Oh, it's a. Oh, that's a. I know the name of that flower. An iris.
No, it's just a little pink flower.
Okay.
I just wanted something else behind the little mouse. And I'm thinking
Hi,
maybe
Sandy. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.
maybe I'll just put it on the top.
Gladiola. Thank you, Janice. That's what it is. It's a gladiola.
No, they're not actually. They're little. They don't look like gladiolas.
Oh, sorry,
This
Janice.
this is what they are. They're,
Oh, they look
they're
like
not gladiolas.
daylilies? No.
No, not daylilies. They're a petaled flower, but
Hmm. We need Kathy Arbor. She'd be able to identify that in a
yeah, I know.
nanosecond.
So I want to put this behind her
Getting the
just a
clothespins
little
apart.
bit.
I'm going to make the little skier boy.
No, too much there. Too much. Maybe just something on this side.
I've been saving these, but I have no idea what to do with them. I don't know. It seems a shame to throw them out, so I save them. I guess you could make some weird kind of robot-y thing. That could be. All right. So I'm going to glue these together like so. Like so. All right. Here we go. Sweet William. Janice is now saying maybe a sweet William.
I have no
I don't know.
idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, I know nothing.
It's a flower.
It's a flower. And it's pink.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I can identify. Um, I can identify a daisy and a crocus. I know what a crocus is. I do because they come up the first thing right in the spring. They peek through the all the snow, and they're bulbs. And if you plant them, they come back year after year after year. I think.
And if you want to, you could do all this inking on this stuff on the edge if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the. Yes, I know. I've seen those snowflakes ant backs. Yeah, it's a little too big
They
for my
can.
taste. But yeah, you can make them. You can make a really cool snowflake. I know.
It's been snowing here today. It
Oh,
started snowing at 5 o'clock this morning. We now have about an inch and a half of snow.
oh, how pretty for you.
And Loca's been having a hi-ho time playing in it.
Oh, those are funny videos when you see dogs playing in snow, especially dogs for the first time. You know.
Yeah, yeah, she loves her snow. So does Storm.
Well, that's in their blood.
Yeah. And she's been having her squeaky ball out there and rolling it in the snow, and then she comes running in, and then she says, "Oh, look, it's all wet. Let's play ball." It's like, no. No.
Dixie's saying, "I'm fabric collaging an owl now. I'm blaming you all for sidetracking me."
Sweet, your fabric
Yeah,
collaging. That's
cats.
awesome.
Yeah. Cats don't play in the snow. They act pissed. They don't like snow.
Oh, I think I'm going to put this little frog on the front with his hat. He's begging. He wants a drink.
It's amazing how many things you're fitting in that little tiny
Yeah,
house.
and it gives you so much to look at.
Yeah. See now, if that was going to be hung on a Christmas tree with lights, you'd want to hang it so there'd be a light close by to kind of illuminate it.
Yep, that's right. Sorry, I'm not watching chat too much
Yeah,
because
I'm looking at it. I just know that
otherwise, I
yeah,
never get
I know
done.
that Dixie is upset because you made her do an owl. She made me do one too.
They were fun.
Yes, they were. Yes, it was fun watching you and Becky make owls.
You made one too.
I know, I did. I did.
It
I
came
did.
out cool. You're
Yeah,
so nice.
he's fine. Yeah, he's
They
fine.
all have their own
Oh
personality.
gosh, do they ever? Yes. Yeah, mine's personality is, what am I and how did I end up here?
Here's the teeny tiny frog.
Oh, look at that. Oh my Lord, you gonna get him in there?
Yes, he's going to sit on the front.
Of course he is.
He's going to say, "I want some, please."
I want some more.
But then he kind of takes away from the little girl in there.
Yeah,
So,
the little girl kind of gets lost.
yeah. Well, maybe I'll just put him on this side, looking up at the flowers with his hat.
Oh yeah, he might want to eat the flowers.
That way it shows everything. See?
You don't want to leave anybody out. All right. You can cut these with your scissors, I thought. Maybe not. I'll have to get the clips. Yeah, I thought I'd make Lily. I'm not feeding you, so just don't get your panties all in an uproar. Every time I move, she goes running to the kitchen like she's going to beat me there.
Maybe.
Yeah, poor thing.
She's just starved.
Yeah. She should be because she left a huge mess of vomitus this morning on the.
Aw.
She hasn't done that in ages, so that's fine. Yeah, if you're a cat owner, you know that they just vomit for no reason at all. So I'm just sanding this down. This is going to be a ski for my little skier dude. I bought a big pack of these emery boards from Amazon.
Yes, you were playing
Oh,
outside.
look, you got him on. You got Mr. Frog on there.
Yeah. Looking pretty cool.
It does.
I think I can now try and cut it off.
You think so?
Oh, maybe.
Well, what's the worst that can happen?
The toothpicks come off.
Well, I'm sure those toothpicks, I'm sure they're pretty well glued. I mean,
Yeah, they are wood glued, so they should stay. They should stay. I need a different pair of scissors though. Oh, there they are. Those are my fabric scissors I was fussy cutting with. Not a good thing, but they're serrated, so they should be fine. Oh, get my old grungy scissors out.
there's a ski. Make another ski. I think these type of decorations are, I don't know, they're very personal. You know what I mean? They're not, they're just, well, they're homemade and they're not fancy.
Oh, I should have left more on the other side of this one, but I didn't. Maybe I can cut in and around.
I just clipped the end of this popsicle stick and it went flying over Lily's head and she went, what the heck? Well, I got my son's miniatures all packed. And I think they could be dropped from a plane and they would survive the fall.
Nice.
I buy Colesman dry mustard and it comes in a yellow tin can. And I save them. So I took the foam, cut the foam to protect the swords, and then put one miniature in a can, and packed and added like cotton balls. So you can shake that can. You can't hear that there's anything in that can at all.
Oh, wow.
And then I found a box that all 4 cans fit in the box, and that box fits inside of the yarn bowl. And I found out that they don't make a one box, it fits and ships. They don't make a box any deeper than 6 inches. So I'm just going to ship it in the box that it came in. And it's nice. You weigh it. Now, I only have a small scale, so I weighed each component and then added it all up to see how much it weighs. So, and then I'll print out the postage. And have them pick it up Monday. There. So now I have 2 skis for my skier dude. Like so.
Yeah, I was trying to find my, a blade. So I could fussy cut better, but I don't have it next to me, darn it, anyhow. Oh well. You get the general idea, and if you have like a regular cutting blade, it would be easier to fussy cut around the.
Oh, with an X-Acto knife, you mean?
Yes, one of
Oh,
those.
yeah. Yeah.
Of those.
Gotcha.
It would be a lot easier. Like I said, I just used a paper, so feel free to use cardstock and stiffen up your paper before you cut out, and that way everything will stand up so much better. But they are standing up really nice. You can see everybody in there.
Yeah, it's a full house, that's for sure. But you can see everybody in there all hanging out, having a good time. Oh, don't tell me I only have one in here. How oh man.
I got to cut the rest of this off, but you could cut your shape first, which I was going to do, but then I didn't. But you could cut your shape first and then take your toothpicks and just glue them to the shape to start instead of doing what I did.
Oh, okay.
Cut your shape first, and that way you don't have to worry about.
Would that be easier? Or
Oh yes, cut your shape, cut your little house shape first.
Oh.
It'll be a lot easier.
Okay.
That way you don't have it on the sides that you gotta worry about there. They're all off. And then you take a little ribbon or hook and you put it through the top or thread or whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
Put it through the top and you're good to go.
I just think that came out so cute. It's just so cool.
And this is something my mom used to do, so I thought it was fitting.
Yeah.
And there we go. You've got your hanger. So cut up, you get all your fussy cuts out, and you can do any kind of your Christmassy decorations or a nature themed tree or whatever you like.
You know what would be really cute if you had access to them would be Beatrice Potter characters.
Oh yeah,
like Peter
well,
Rabbit and all the other little characters.
Oh yes, you could. The limitations, there is none.
Oh, or Winnie the Pooh.
You could do whatever,
That would
any
be
kind
fun.
of small cuts.
Yeah, little small.
Small
Right.
cuts.
That book is great. There's a lot of good stuff in that book.
Yeah, there was.
It was.
I've been using it a lot.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? When you start cutting out the pictures that are in the margins.
Excuse me.
This is not going to work. I don't have any more the little popsicle sticks. I do, but they're in the other room.
So, like I said, you can even take and before you put any of your stuff in, you can glitter it if you like glitter. I don't do glitter.
I don't either. Who does
Glitter
glitter?
paint, metallic paint. You can offset everything or paint it brown if you want to do the manger scene. But everybody's in there.
Yeah, the gang's all there. The party's about ready to start.
Yep.
All right, this is not going to work. All right, I'll be right back. Because as soon as I get up, you know who's. Well, I
Yeah.
guess I'm not going where you think I'm going.
That's the first ornament thingy. It took a while to create it, but it's a lot of fun. Put your little string on. Use your little fussy cuts. Create some little special ornaments. You can also take and here's another idea for those that like to personalize. You can print out somebody's name to put on the front. You can take their Christmassy picture and put it in. You can make it a personalized picture. You can put the year on it.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, the year.
So you can personalize it with the grandkids' pictures or your kids' pictures and
Yeah.
put it in there and then put their favorite little things that they like around and have it personalized for that year. So, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, because
Endless.
what you've done is you've made this really neat 3D frame, that's in the shape of a log cabin or whatever. And then
You
you
can make a hexagon, you can make a
can,
square, whatever you like. Bye, Becky.
all right. Thanks, Becky. Hope you feel better. Hope your back straightens itself out.
So the next thing I have, now that this one's done, kind of, I made a mess, got papers all over the place, glue all over the place.
No, but that's the fun part, is cleaning up. Not
So
really.
I have things that are laying around, so I'm gonna zoom out a little smidge because
Yeah.
this one
I've
takes.
got one of those, so I'm really curious as to what you're going to do with it. I was going to wrap my scroll around it, but I think I have two of
I
them.
have two, so this is my second one. I don't have a lot of these, but this is the idea I thought. Everybody's making or has either lace or things that they've stitched, or maybe you have one of these stitches panels that you've created. Let me just show you. Maybe you stitch something like this and you don't know what to do with it. You've stitched all your pieces together and now it's like, well, all right, I've got this. I'm not sure if I want to continue on decorating, and if I do, what am I going to do with it after? This is the owl that we did on Friday. So what you can do is you can cut out a heart. This is a 6-inch heart that this is the size of. You can take that and draw around and cut your heart shape out. Now, just remember, you will have a 1/4-inch seam allowance going around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to put beads or anything on, you want to make sure you do that after. So you have all these little pieces. You love your fabrics. You love what you did with it. But now it's like, all right, I don't want to make a big quilt. I don't want to make a wall hanging. So the next step is you create a heart. And this is one that I have here that I've had for umpteen years. And it's a crazy quilt heart. and this is kind of a crazy patch block, but even if you didn't do the crazy patch style, did they sharpen both ends or did they come like that? The toothpicks, they come like that.
Yeah, you can buy toothpicks like that, or you can buy ones that are not
Have
like that.
flat on one side.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of toothpicks. So what I did, I used to do swaps with hearts. So if anybody has swapped, and had little hearts and stuff, this is what I'm going to use. This is a 6-inch heart. See, it fits right on there.
Excellent.
So grab whatever scraps you have and just have fun stitching. And then you've got your heart. Well, here's one heart that I've done before, but I backed it. So what I thought would be kind of cool was take these two hearts, put them together, which, they need to be hemmed. And then if you want, before you put them together, you can take some lace and put it in between, hand stitch or machine stitch, whatever you want to do going around. Leave the center open. So we're going to start here and we're going to stitch these together, or you can stitch them together and put your lace on the top of this one as you're going around if you don't want to hem the second one. If you like rough edges, you don't need to hem them. You don't need to back them. But because we're only at 15 minutes, I'm going to take you through the steps and then you can create one. So you'll stitch around your lace so you have something really fancy. And after you've done that, you put your little bobbin in the middle because you're going to leave that space. Now you can either have it hang from the top or the bottom. Excuse me one moment. My nose is having an issue. And then you're going to have that around. This will be stitched this way, coming around your heart. What else you can do is you can get some of your fancy lace now and even put that on one side or the other. And you will have this going around here. So you can remember to put that at the top. And then you wrap around the top your threads and you tie it into the groove so it will hang. And then down here, if you have this end, you can either glue a tassel into the bottom or you can wrap the threads around it and have them all coming down, or have the top part as your hanging part, like so. Have this on the bottom, and then you can take this and attach it to the bottom part, and you'll have a tassel hanging, and then you can hang your bobbin with your special hand stitched or machine stitched hearts.
Nice.
So that is the second idea. Yes, it would be very Victorian.
Oh yeah.
So that's what you can do with your hand stitching, your embroidery, or whatever you have, your special fabrics. But this is two hearts that I have, and you just slide that in
Whoops.
to create a little spot, a little pocket, and this would be tacked down so it's not going anywhere because you'll be sewing them together.
Right. It would be yeah.
And then your lace around. lace on the bottom. But to give you an idea, if you have these kind of spools or any other little spools that you have, or if you don't have a spool, and like Anne was saying earlier, if you have a cardboard tube,
Oh
it'll
yeah, you can use
it'll
card.
do the same thing.
Yeah, that would
You
kind
could
of.
put that in the middle, just because it gives it something to hang from. And the other thing, this is like a couple of different ideas. If you don't want to do it that way, you can always hang it this way and hang your
Oh,
hearts
that's true.
off.
I like that. Yeah.
So you can take and put ribbon around and you can have it dangle down. You can put beads dangling down with it off of your bobbin. And it makes a nice ornament even for in your room if you want to keep it out all the time. So if you have these, then it makes a nice decoration for whatever you want to put. Even if you want to keep your square full, you can, and once you fold it down and everything, you're going to lose size on it. But you can even hang your square patch off of your bobbin.
Yeah.
The bobbin came from either Keisha's Creations or the Defy auction. They usually have some. And also Junk Journal Shop. Johnny usually comes up with some.
Yeah, I got mine from her. In a kit in something else. It was included. Yep.
So, you have your bobbins and you don't know what to do with them. Yes, they look nice just sitting around, and like, I wrap my scroll on one, but they make nice ornaments you can have out year round, or, you know, on a very strong branch.
I was just gonna. That was I was thinking. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a really strong.
Wouldn't this look nice hanging on a wall or
Yeah, yeah, I can see
off
it
of
on
a
the wall.
doorknob?
Doorknob. Yeah.
You have the shorter ones. This isn't really huge, but yeah, you can use any size bobbin. Like, even if it's half the size, still would look nice.
Yeah, and you can adjust the size of the heart accordingly, or
I've done that too, Dixie, and then I used a ribbon around the top. I have a couple that I've stuffed. Actually, I have them on my Facebook page, my regular Facebook, my personal page, Facebook. I have in my sewing. I have my hearts that were stuffed, as well as a bunch of other stuff I've made. But yeah, I, you know, but I just thought that would be kind of cool. Nice ideas that, yes, she does. Like I said, you don't have to do anything. You could just back them and hang a single heart. Or if you have multiple hearts, you can have them backed, and then you can have multiple hearts hanging down from your bobbin, or tree limb, or some stick that you have, or a dowel. It doesn't
yeah,
have to be a bobbin. So if you want to go that route, you can pick and choose something that's outside and then hang it all from. And if it's long enough, then you can have your a row of hearts. But
yeah, you can go outside and gather some twigs, and
yeah, these are old. These are over 20 years old, these hearts.
yeah, that would kind of look cool. Even if you had like smaller hearts or made smaller
Yeah,
hearts and had smaller twigs, and you could put them on the trees. That would be look really cool.
yeah. Make the little 3-inch hearts and then have your little twigs to hang. That would
Yeah,
be really nice.
and that
Heart,
wouldn't be too
yep.
overwhelming for most of our trees, because artificial tree branches are pretty strong. That's the nice thing.
Yes, they are. They are. So that was my second ornament, but I'm not going to have enough time to finish it. But I thought, if I didn't, at least I could tell you an idea.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I
And
like
it
that.
still has something to do with wood.
Yes, this is all wood. Well, I'm painting my little skier dude, and who said Dixie said something? Somebody said my skier looks like a nutcracker on skis. Kinda, yeah. My little nutcracking skier. There's a top to this. But again, this is very crude, but easy to make. His face is a little weird, so now I'm going to paint his body. I've cut out all the pieces. I've cut them. You saw me. It was Carol was showing us. I cut the ends of the popsicle sticks and just sanded them down. And same thing with the skis and the arms. So and then you just. What I forgot to do is when I glued this together, when I glued this one together, I glued one of these bullpens in here, which I forgot to do here. But I should be able to stick in, one of those eyes, maybe two of them, and hang it that way on the tree.
Thank you, Janet, for putting all the links in.
Yes, thank you so much, Janet, as always. And so, what's coming up this week, Carol? I mean, well, wait a minute. First of all, Lori's not streaming today.
No, she's not.
It's
But Tanya's on at 1.
at
I think
1.
I saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Deb Farrell's on at 5 Eastern.
Our time to quilt, I go over there on Thursdays at 3. I mod for them.
I don't know. Is Deb streaming or not? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I
I
don't,
did.
because I know she said something about maybe not. So you'll have to go and check, because I don't remember now what conclusion she had come to. I don't recall. And I don't know who else is on. I guess Mary's on. Is Mary still on Sunday evenings? I can't keep.
Yes, Sunday evenings. Yes.
Okay. So Mary will be on later on Sunday evening. I think 6:30 or.
So my channel on Fiber Art Fridays coming up next week, and what we did on Saturday with our mixed media, even though I got a thumbs down, the buggers.
Jesus.
I know, it's just a process. Holy crap! But anyway, we're gonna turn this into some fiber art postcards. So that's coming up for Fiber Art Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So we're gonna have our machines, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
we're just gonna
play Carol's sweatshop. That's what we're gonna have. Machines are gonna be roaring.
Yes,
but you're not gonna hear Carol's machine, because Carol's machine is so quiet.
It's not bad.
And mine clunks.
I had it ready to go in case I had time, but I don't.
Well, we do.
No, we only have like 7 minutes.
Lori's not streaming, so if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, I understand.
Oh, that's right.
It's up to you.
Well,
it's up to you.
I don't think I'll have enough time to actually do what I need to do.
Okay.
I think it'd be too much.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I will, once I get some things done, I will post it in my Facebook and your Facebook group.
Okay, that's super. Sounds like a plan.
Anne hasn't joined yet, so she hasn't joined mine yet.
What?
I said you haven't joined my Facebook group yet.
I haven't. I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
I know. I'm not. Yeah, I will.
I know you're not a Facebooky all over the place person.
No, I'm not really. And but I will, I will, I will, I will, I
I
will.
did it so, stuff that's, done on mine can be shared with everybody that is there. And then I still sharing yours, so.
Yeah, it all works out. I mean, I thought you had a Facebook group all this time, so I was confused.
No, I didn't. I have a regular Facebook page.
See, I
Like,
didn't know that there was a difference between a page and a group, so that's how
yeah,
much I know.
yeah, that's why you've got a page and a group.
Yeah, I guess I do, but my page is not
It's
connected with.
personal. No,
Yeah,
yes, it is. It is connected.
it's my page is connected to the group.
Facebook group is connected to your personal page because
So
that's
my
how
non-art
you do
people are seeing all this stuff.
I don't know. No, not from your personal page. They don't
That's what I
see
meant. Okay.
only what you post on your Facebook group.
Okay. All right. Because my Facebook group is private,
Yes, so is mine.
right? So I don't particularly want my nothing. I have not against my non-art friends, but they're not really part of this. If that makes any sense.
Oh, the on your personal page. Well, my personal page is all arty except for my
Yeah,
kids.
mine is not. These are all non-art people. Not that they might. I just don't. I don't know. So I they just naturally. I when I started that group, that hangout, that was yeah art stuff, and I didn't, and it became a place for us to post stuff too. But anyway, I don't know why I feel that way, but I guess they could commingle. I'm sure there's many artists in that group that I don't even know about. You know.
It's probably. Yes,
I'm
everybody please do hit the thumbs up
yes, please.
because, with the algorithms, like I said on my channel, it helps YouTube make her more prominent so you can actually see when things start coming up on her community tab or her notifications. It's all part and parcel for the YouTube to put her channel out there so people can find her.
Yeah, I saw you. You popped up on
Uh-huh.
one of the sidebars on my. I was scrolling
Yep,
through,
it does show it.
and
It
there you
will,
were.
and it helps a lot, and the sharing helps a lot as well. So if you're out there and you want to share it on your like I said earlier, on your community tabs or your pages in places like that, it helps so much to get the channels out there
Oh,
so
Carol,
everybody can find them and then they show up on your notifications more.
Carol, tell them what you. If you are trying, if you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to grow your subscribership, Carol, tell them what you've done to get new subscribers.
What I've done other
Yeah.
than
Well,
going and
you go
watching
to
videos
yeah.
and leaving comments on people's videos. And most of the time, when you join a channel or you like a channel and you watch their video and you leave a comment on their video, they most of the time they will follow you back. So, get out there and go to different places, see different videos. You just never know what you're going to like.
And then you tell them I'm new to your channel, and
You say I'm new to your channel and I thank you very much for, sharing what you're doing. It just a simple little comment makes the world for everybody.
then a lot of times they respond by going to your channel and subscribing. You said you picked up a whole bunch of new
Yes,
subscribers
I
doing
have
that.
because it's called networking.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
it's
is the old
networking.
fashioned. Yeah, that is. That's true. It's the old fashioned.
It's even the same when you back in the day when all we had were blogs.
Oh
When you
yeah.
would go to a blog and you'd sign up to follow the blog and you'd get you sign up for their newsletters or notifications via email. And then they would come back and they'd find you on your blog. And that's how you got followers for your blogs as well.
Huh. See, I never thought about doing that.
It's called courtesy.
Oh, I know, but I would never think about going. I mean, I lurk and watch all sorts of channels, and I would never think of leaving a comment and saying, "Hey, I really liked what I do. I really like what you did." And you know, now do you say to them, "I have a channel too," and kind of?
Nope. Nope.
No, I didn't think so. That would be too pushy.
Nope. I just tell them that I'm new to their channel and I really liked what they've done, and 98% of the time they
They check you
respond to
out.
my comment and they also follow back
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
because you're interacting with people.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
Interaction is important. Like, even though it's computerized, it's still the same as if you're going out to an art class, say at Michael's, and you want to meet new friends, and you do the same thing, right?
yeah.
You say, hi, how are you? This is my first time here.
Right. Okay. Bye, Janet. And I guess we'll say
Right,
goodbye
Janet?
too. Thank you for modding for me and
Yes,
putting links in.
thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you for being here as always. I so appreciate your company and hanging out with you on Sundays. So you take care and have a good week, and probably we'll see you around and about the internet. So here are two ornaments and half of a skier. Let's see. And here's
Very
the skier dude almost made. So that's we got done a lot. Okay. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
good. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Let me there. Click and end broadcast. Ding. And again.